Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. Please make sure you hit the like button on the way in. And this is my review on Basketball Wives Season 12, Episode 2, Win, Lose, or Brawl. I'm going to let y'all know right now, I'm going to do a brief recap because we got to get to the actual drama, okay? And I don't want us to be here really long. So when I say it's going to be brief, because most of the stuff was kind of boring anyways, the main thing was Jennifer has turned a new leaf. And it's so sad, though, that it had to be because of some peen and having a man for her to finally get some kahunas and defend herself. But with that being said, let's get started. So before this scene, though, we have Evelyn and Brittany going to the gym. And I don't know. Again, I have friends who are Muslim and they don't wear their the hijab. They don't wear it all the time, like when they work out and stuff like that. So is she a different type of Muslim? And I'm being someone educate me, because she definitely, whether she work out, she constantly got like the full body armor on, and I'm a little confused, but y'all got to let me know what y'all think about that. But she ends up going to the gym with Evelyn, and they're trying to rekindle a friendship or whatever the case may be. As you know, it's not going to last, so let's move on. So then Evelyn ends up having, lunch or whatever with Brandy. And at that point, Ty comes in, and Evelyn is saying that Ty is her friend. Now, with that, we definitely see in this scene that potentially there's going to be a Brandy and Ty possible love connection, possible drama between Ming Lee and Brandy because of it. I don't know. What I do know is that Ty is just all over the place and is becoming not attractive. Like, I understand that you're trying to keep your name relevant, but this is just becoming too much. But with that, Evelyn speaks about the whole Jennifer situation and, what's going on with that. Meanwhile, when Ty gets there, Ty talks about Ming or whatever and how they're kind of like back and forth or at odds. But then at the same time, Ty is like, well, I heard that you're married, Brandy. And Brandy's like, yeah, I'm married. And, she's like, I, have a husband who cheated on me, and he cheated over 50 times. And I'm like, I'm kind of tired of the storyline. If I could be honest, I'm tired of the storyline. I'm over it. But she's about to cry. Okay. So she's sitting up there saying that, the fact that he embarrassed her so much, she doesn't know if she could ever forgive that. Then why is he still your storyline? Can we move on? Now, of course, at that point, Ty pretty much finds out that Brandy thinks that she's cute. And Ty is like, okay, well, a lot of women think that I'm cute. And Ty is, I don't know, is it appropriate to call, I don't even know if Ty would consider herself a stud as much as I've called her stud, but I'm going to assume she considers herself a stud. I don't think studs like to be called pretty. At least the studs in my family don't. So yeah, cute. And so Ty's like, a lot of women think I'm cute. And clearly that is the case. And it seems like you can turn a lot of women out too. So with that being said, they were like, do you think Brandy is cute? And she was like, I'm not about to answer that. They're definitely going to have some type of connection, at least just to create drama on the show. But anyways, let's move on. So Jackie, with her bag of chips, child, is supposed to be going hiking or walking with Ming and with Jennifer. And so with that being said, they talk about the incident at the Friendsgiving, and Ming was saying, hell, I actually came with Jennifer. And next thing I know, she left me after all of that drama. And so they talk. We find out Ming has a daughter. She went through IVF like 5 times, I think she said, and she finally was able to have her baby. So congrats to her. And so pretty much they were like, where the hell is Jennifer? We've been talking and walking for a minute and she's not here. Jackie calls Jennifer at the house. And she was like, where are you? She was like, I'm at home. I'm still pissed off of what happened at the Friendsgiving. So you see her freaking man, Christian, and he's like, I'm pissed off too. We need to sit down and we need to talk, Jackie, and we need to get some things straight. So Jackie's like, okay, fine. We'll get some things straight later on. Now, at the end of the day, this is just who the hell Jackie is. She is the bone collector. She is pretty much queen of basketball wives. So what you see is what you get. She gonna make sure she earned that check. That's for dang on sure. So next we have Chantel and her adorable baby. Oh my God, she is such a cutie patootie. They end up having a photo shoot. Now, here's my thing with this Chantel situation. I don't know if she feels like coming into this situation, she's trying to take her mother's reign on Basketball Wives, but it's not working. It's actually becoming quite annoying because while she's trying to understand why her mother is the way that she is, your mother is doing her job. She's supposed to be messy. She's supposed to stir the pot. So I guess you're going to be the antagonist in her world. And every time we turn around and we see that Jackie and Chantel are in the same scene, she making these stank faces like she's so annoyed with her mom. So much so that she ends up calling her brother about the whole boundary situation and how the mama is. I didn't even know that she had a son. And maybe because I had stopped watching Basketball Wives at a certain point, I didn't even know she had a son, but I guess she had a girl and a boy with her husband, her man. But it sounds like that her brother almost kind of took Jackie's side. And y'all let me know what y'all think about that. But I feel like Chantel is going to eventually annoy me because your only storyline is you coming for your mother. And I think she's going to realize when her mother possibly sock her out of her freaking weave that she shouldn't be coming for her mama. I think that will hopefully set her straight because at this point, this should not be your storyline because it's coming off like if you don't want anything to do with your mother, then why are you on her platform? Furthermore, if you don't want anything to do with your mother, why are you in the same building as her? Make it make sense. It just doesn't make any sense at all. So let's stop the nonsense, shall we? Says Chantel gonna be gone soon. This is Jackie D. Christie show. Nothing moves without Jackie, no lice. Very true. You better say that 50 times over. That is very, very true. So with that being said, moving on. So, child, I know some people feel like Jennifer Slade in this outfit. I think it's hideous. I do not like the top at all whatsoever. Why does everybody look like they going to like a Diddy funeral? I mean, no tea, no shade. And I ain't trying to wish nothing on the man, but this is looking very bad boy funeral-ish, if you know what I mean. But hey, hair looked good, glasses was good. But yeah, they end up meeting up at brunch and he explains his side of the story. Now, I'm going to play their actual recap later on. But in a nutshell, from what I hear, what he's trying to say is that he actually did attempt to do business with Evelyn's baby daddy's cousin and apparently gave her a discount on top of that. So the discount was the $1,500. Based on what he's saying, that is just his fee to trade for you. That is not 15. That $1,500 doesn't go towards the trading itself. That is his actual fee. And then you have to put in money to actually allow him to trade. Now, with that, he decides to show text messages about how this girl seemed to be very fine with their relationship and everything else. Even said that she saw the preview of Basketball Wives and she don't like people messing with her friends and she'll fight heifers and all of this type of stuff. But yet now all of a sudden, she's a part of this he's scamming people storyline. So Jackie was even like, okay, well, this is interesting. Now, interesting enough, though, Christian said that she technically is owed a refund. Now, I don't know why she's owed a refund. My guess, well, actually, we'll check and see. I feel like I kind of heard it in one of the clips that they were showing when it came to Jennifer and Christian. But apparently he says he could possibly owe her a refund. So the thing is that what she was saying to him, Well, just give her the refund, and then that helps clear all of this. Like, why do you need to go through this? Clear your name, give her the refund, and keep it moving. Now, Jackie says she feels a sense of just a genuine vibe off of him. She's a vibe person, and she feels that he's very genuine. Jackie, I would never want to take your word on someone's vibes. Let's just keep it real. But at the end of the day, Jennifer decides to do a mic drop on that ass and says, why is Evelyn so worried about me being married to a felon when her own daughter just had a baby by a felon? And so Jackie was like, oh boy, she bringing up Shaniece. Don't talk about my daughter. Don't talk about my daughter. And Jackie was like, Evelyn's not going to like this. And it's like, yeah, because you're going to make sure that she knows about it. But here's the thing. I would say that's a valid point. It's a valid point. Now, mind you, yes, Shawnee is Evelyn's daughter, but Shawnee is also an adult at this point. This is no longer a child. She's an adult with a whole baby. And the reality is, if you want to keep bringing up Jennifer's mess, why can't she bring up the fact that Shawnee literally had a baby by a felon? It's not throwing shade to, I don't think it was throwing shade to Shawnee. It was just more about her showing that Evelyn is a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, a felon is a felon, which means that you definitely have a past. So who are you to judge my husband's past when clearly your daughter just had a baby by a man who also has a past? And hell, a present too, because allegedly he lost his house. So yeah, with that being said, we're going to move on. But I totally understood what she was saying in that situation. This boring scene with Brandy, first of all, she's talking about how she's going to start doing seasonings and all of this stuff. And then she calls her damn husband, and he talking about he put the seasoning on catfish, and he did kind of throw shade, like it was pretty much a lot of nothing. He said something like that, like the seasoning wasn't seasoning. And even Brandy was like, is that supposed to be a compliment? Like, what are you trying to say? I'm really over this storyline, you guys. I'm over it. And I just feel like at this point, you just better off as a friend of the show and just be there for Evelyn and Jennifer. I'd rather see you do that than to talk about your husband, because how long have you been on this show? And at this point, you have talked about his cheating ways so many times. Like, let's just move on from the situation, shall we? So let's move on from this. And then we have Chantel or Shani, and Evelyn and Ming, and they sit down and talk. And Chantel is talking about how she wants to try to do another like redo of Friendsgiving. And at that point, Evelyn decides to want to spill some tea about how Jennifer and her husband ain't even legitimately married, saying that she looked up the marriage certificate and there is no marriage certificate. Baby, why do you care so much? This is giving obsessed. This is getting ridiculous at this point. And this is definitely showing more and more that Evelyn has no storyline at all whatsoever. And she knew that this was going to trigger Jennifer on the show. And that's all she needed to stay relevant on the show. Without Jennifer, what storyline does she have? Real talk. What storyline does she have? Now, I can give a couple of storylines she could actually have, but she don't want to use those. But what storyline does she legitimately have? So she talks about that. But then at that point, we have, which I thought it was actually cute. I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was a show called American Gladiators, if I'm not mistaken. American Gladiators was actually a pretty cool show where literally they used to have these obstacle courses, and whoever could finish first or, finish the fastest, they would be the top gladiator. That's what it was given on what Chantel kind of had the like Friendsgiving or the bonding event or whatever. And Brandy was like, child, I can't do it, but I'll be the referee or whatever. So Chantel, I know I say her name wrong. Chantel, whatever her name is. She is so excited. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Aren't you guys so excited to do this? And interesting enough, she the first one to bust her ass. She ended up falling down. And I am laughing my butt off because I'm just like, but you know why I'm laughing too? because that would be me. Obstacle courses, they seem fun from afar, but I am definitely someone who would literally flip over, end up falling straight on my butt. That is me 10 times over. And I would laugh at myself just like she did. I thought it was pretty cute. But of course, it starts the drama when they sit down after that. And of course, Jackie at that point says, we all feel the tension in the room. And I just want to put it out there. Jennifer, we had a conversation about the felonies. And of course, Chantel is like, why do we have to bring this up now? She's like, I don't know why my mother has to insert herself in everyone's business. But, we were having such a good time because that's her job. It's her job. It is her job to stir up the mess. Without your mother, there's no show. So with that, she's making all of these faces. And at that point, Jennifer was like, oh yeah, let's talk about the felony situation, because I sat up there and said that, yeah, you so busy talking about my husband, the guy. I only have 2 left feet. She like, you got 2 left feet. I only have 2 left feet when it comes to like doing that type of stuff, like trying to climb like ropes and things like that. Miss me with that. Now, I don't have 2 left feet when it comes to dancing. I can dance. But when it comes to like stuff where you telling me to walk on a log, or you know what I'm saying, do like ropes and stuff like that, oh yeah, I'm busting my ass. For sure. With no hesitation, busted it. So with that being said, she sits up there and she's like, yeah, so you want to talk about, felons or whatever, making a big deal about Christian being a felon, when I said that your daughter just had a baby by a felon. Let me tell y'all something. She had Evelyn at that point. And you know why she had Evelyn at that point? Because Evelyn could not really say anything. It was like she was trying to find the words to really come back at what the hell Jennifer said, because everybody knows that Jennifer had a point. And she was like, so first of all, okay, so what? So she ended up having a baby by a felon, but the difference is between your felon and her felon is that your felon is currently scamming people today, tomorrow, in the future, or whatever the case may be. And you want to sit up there and talk about my daughter. Look, you ain't had kids. You've never carried a kid before. And I was like, are you trying to shame her because she hasn't had a child? Like, is that what you're doing, Evelyn? Are you about to literally have another group of women coming down your throat because now you're trying to imply that because she doesn't have a kid or doesn't have a baby, like you're trying to shame her? Like, what are you trying to do? So she was like, you don't have no kids. You ain't never carried a child or whatever. And she was like, and if you sit up there, keep talking about my daughter, you're going to have a hard issue with walking around LA. And I was like, who going to prevent her from walking around LA? LA don't give a shit about your daughter. Hell, truth be told, LA don't give a shit about the game. I mean, the game probably ain't in LA right now because he's scared to come out, because if they allegedly already took his house, they probably gonna take the clothes off his back too, his shoes, his drawers, and everything else he got. What makes you think that your freaking grandson's freaking daddy got it like that out here when he is clearly in his own turmoil right now? He got too much drama going on to literally be concerned about freaking Jennifer and her man. But the fact that she's so bold and she from New York to say that Jennifer don't have an issue walking around LA if she don't keep her daughter and her freaking baby daddy's name out her mouth. Evelyn, who told you had clout out here, honey? LA don't care. Shani is one of many. Okay? Shani is one of many. All right. But with that being said, that's when the episode goes off. Now, interesting enough, I did not know this, but Shani and Shaniece, I'm sorry, I keep saying Shani. Too many damn Shanices and all of this shit. But Shaniece, which is Evelyn's daughter, She actually has a podcast with her mother. Did not know that, all right? And so I am actually about to play the actual clip, okay? Because I was just like, this is quite interesting coming from Shaniece, all right? Now, Shaniece seems to be a very nice girl, but at the same time, I can totally understand why people think that she's going to follow the footsteps and has already started following the footsteps of her mother. But we're going to actually get into this because it's quite interesting what she said. And it's quite interesting because I'm trying to figure out, are you trying to just diss Jennifer? Or are you also talking about your own mammy? But with that being said, let's listen to this.
You were. And there were, I guess, her rebuttal about me being concerned about her and her relationship from a loving standpoint is her rebuttal was, well, Shaniece she needs to worry about her daughter because her daughter had a baby by a felon. How do you feel about that? And are you surprised that you are being brought up for the 1,000th time?
So I will start by saying, to play devil's advocate, I think she used the term felon.
Yes.
Because you said it first about her man.
Mm-hmm.
And so she kind of reversed it and said it about, Blaze's dad.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where she was getting at. No, I'm not surprised. Even if she didn't say that, she's not exactly my cup of tea. I feel that Jennifer she's like a lost woman in her 50s. Like, yeah. And it's the second time that it's happened. And obviously she did it the first time around. And this is why I think she's so phony, because the first time around, she apologized, not taking accountability for her actions, but more so saying, hey, I'm sorry that you were being spoken about. So, and I was like, okay, and she had like these crocodile tears in her eyes and it was okay. And then you did it again. So I just think, I don't have hate in my heart for Jennifer. If anything, I feel sorry for Jennifer that you had to stoop so low. And also at that time, like, I was fresh postpartum, like I was Blaze was like a month or 2 months old. And if anyone has ever been through pregnancies or postpartum, that it's a very sensitive time. Like everything is like high, like your nervous system is like on fire,
Right.
So I just feel that she's self-centered. I think she's selfish. And I don't see her worried about anybody other than herself. Like, I don't see Jennifer as a girl's girl.
Jennifer brought you up.
Okay. Now, what do I think about what Miss Ma'am just said? Well spoken, I'll say that. But she said Jennifer is not a girl's girl. Neither is your mother. And I would say neither are you. Because again, from my understanding, Evelyn's friend, a friend that you also are very aware of and personally know, allegedly, is the game's ex-fiance and baby mother to two of his children. So I don't think that's a girl's move either. So, and then she said that she's a lost 50-year-old. Then what is your mother? Let's be clear. They were friends for 25 plus years. So birds of a feather typically flock together. So why is she a lost 50-year-old and your mother is not? This is totally different from when she was trying to say that Shaniece was about to be a build-a-whore. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole totally different situation. She just pretty much said, what's the difference between your daughter having a baby by a felon versus me being married to a felon? I think that's valid. I don't see what the big deal was in that situation. It's not like Shaniece is freaking 16 years old. She is a grown woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what makes you think? And she's like, well, she's not my cup of tea. Let's be clear. There is other things that Evelyn should be worried about. Where is your daughter staying right now, considering the fact that the game allegedly lost his house? And he's probably about to lose some other things too. Doesn't he have like a $7 million lawsuit that he lost? So when it all boils down to it, she is kind of going down the same path as her mother, but I would say maybe her mother was a little smarter with it, because you just had a baby by the game and he ain't got it. He don't, unless he's just been really smart and hiding his money somewhere and he's doing his thing. But from my understanding, he ain't moving like that. Let's be clear. When's the last time he had a successful album? So, and she's like, well, I was in postpartum. Okay, we're not going to play the victim stuff. Like, we're not. At the end of the day, she made a valid, in my opinion, it was valid, but I would like to know what y'all think. In my opinion, it was very valid. Very valid what she said. So at the end of the day, that was her little shade and comment about it. But I think a lot of people also agreed that how dare you, when I'm trying to figure out if you're talking about Jennifer, you talking about your mother, or hell, if you even talking about you, honey, are you talking about you? You know what I'm saying? Because the way you moving out here, you sticking and moving, thinking you about to have a guaranteed check for at least 18 years. Think again, especially when he got 3 other kids. Think again. So to me, Evelyn played herself in that scene and she didn't really know what to say. And she was trying to low-key threaten Jennifer about her being able to walk around in LA. Girl, ain't nobody thinking about your nonsense. And stop acting like you got clout out here in LA. You don't. Ain't nobody thinking about you at all whatsoever. So, but moving on. Jennifer and her man, I did not know this, but Jennifer and her man actually have a freaking YouTube page. Did y'all know this? I sure as hell didn't. And they decided to do a recap, a straight up recap on the show. Now, it's over an hour long. We're not going to be here for over an hour. I promise you. I'm not that interested. But I definitely want you guys to hear some of the things that I heard in small clips. So hopefully we can get to like maybe 15 minutes of this and be done. But yeah, so let's hear this. Just one moment and let me know if you guys can hear it.
Oh, okay, hold on. Somebody said it's still not cool for you to bring up Evelyn's story. Keep the fight with her. Exactly. Keep the fight with me and leave my husband out of it. Same thing. Like, what are we really talking about?
Let me clarify that. She did not bring up her. She brought up a similar thing. So Evelyn is attacking me as being a felon, something that happened 10 years ago. My wife said, well, your daughter's dealing with a felon. So I think that's probably something that you should actually put your attention on instead of putting your attention here, right? So since we want to talk about felons, my wife then doubled back and said, okay, your daughter's dealing with a felon, right? She didn't come after Shaniece. She didn't come after anything. She just said, listen, this is exactly what it is. You should probably keep your censors or your investigations or whatever in your household.
Yeah, my whole thing was like, worry about what's going on in your house and not my house, because we're actually good over here. And, you know, obviously you guys watch this show. It's 44 minutes. It's edited. You can't see everything that happens. So that's why I love that we have this channel and we can talk to you guys and we can really engage and we can tell our side of the story, which can't wait to get into that. But yeah, my thing is this. When you're married and everybody is on the outside and you keep the noise on the outside. And that's how you have successful marriages. Is everything perfect?
No. No, it's not. Like, no marriage is perfect. No relationship is perfect. But I will get relationship advice or marriage advice from Jackie Christie before I get it from Evelyn Lozada. And we have marriage counselors. We have pastors that guide us through and they help us and they guide us. They lead us. Of course, God is.
Shout out to our marriage counselors.
Like God is of course the supreme being. But we do have those people in human form in the flesh that are actually honored and and they honor us. We honor them. And they help us through marriage because it's not easy. Life is not easy. Being a husband is not easy. Being a wife is not easy. It is a everyday thing. Like, you have to show up every single day, right? So yeah, I mean, are we great? We're great. Like, we have fun. We were just talking to one of our friends, the girl that does Jennifer's eyebrows, Gigi. Shout out Gigi if you want to live.
Yes, my birthday.
But we were just having a real genuine conversation, and we were just like, listen, man, like, and Gigi's married too, so she gets it. So we're able to have that conversation, and she understands, like, being able to come home to someone, being able to confide in someone, being able to call someone your safe space and your security. It's nothing like that. And a lot of people that are vibrating at a point in their life where they just feel like they can't find someone. Listen, I'm here to tell you on this live and also Evelyn Lozada, there's someone out there for everybody. Even you have slaved me, betrayed. Like, I don't care what you said about me. Oh, he's a scammer, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, I hope that God puts love in your heart and you're able to find someone that you can build with, that you can love, so you can stay the fuck out of our business.
So somebody said, Evelyn said you can't walk the streets of LA. Wonder if it's because of the game. First of all, I can walk the streets of LA very fine.
She used to live there.
Yeah. Last time I checked, Laura Govan said Evelyn was hiding out in Whole Foods, ducking between aisles because she was scared to have Laura pull up on her. So I don't know. Maybe she was talking about herself because I'm cool walking the streets of LA. And I actually am not a street walker. But if I had to walk the streets of LA, I would be okay. Let's just make that very clear.
For sure.
I don't walk the streets. I actually drive a Cullinan. So yeah.
Big one.
But
talk your talk. You talking? No, listen. Go ahead. Listen, my wife got it. Y'all ask her the question. Give her. Listen, she got it. Let's go.
No, but who's this? All about food first. Your real friends are going to support you and not going to be against you. Absolutely. So I have my real friends. I have my friends that pull up for me. I have friends from first grade, and there's a tribe of us. We support each other. We go on vacations. Now, this is something obviously you don't see on the show, but I actually have real friends. I have my real best friend that is totally amazing. And my thing is this, even if they have concerns, I'm okay with people being concerned. I feel like it's a way you do it, right? And we can have a private conversation, but to try and humiliate a person or try and embarrass a person, I just don't vibrate that low. So that wouldn't be my thing, right? And I don't have to agree with who you decide to be with. And that's okay, because guess what? I don't have to be with them. Like I said at the premiere party, I don't have to fuck them at night. Like it's okay. But I just feel like everybody needs to worry about what's going on in their own households and not what's going on in mine. And then all will be good. Because the thing is this, people don't want to talk about what's going on in their house. I wonder why. Right? So every season, you have last season, Evelyn was so focused on Jackie and investigating Jackie and what the hell she had going on, which did not concern her. So now this season, you're so investigated in Jennifer, what Jennifer has going on. Now you're investigating my husband. Let's just say all of it was true. What does it do for you? How does it affect your bottom line? And what is the point? The point is what? You're still going to continue to live your life. It doesn't affect you. So why are you so invested? My thing is like, shit that don't involve me, leave me out the group chat. Like, I actually don't want to know. I will chime in if you ask me your opinion. Other than that, it's cool. But I feel like, you know what? It might be Evelyn really has something against Black women. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there because I feel like every season she is trying to go in on a Black woman. And that's just real.
Yeah, Monty, can you go downstairs real quick and grab something for me? It's in a bag. No. We keep it real. We keep it transparent over here. I live downstairs in the media room. When you walk in,
you trying to bring a Black woman down. You trying to bring a Black man down. Like, cut it out.
So real quick, Armani's coming with the real receipt. Because I'm gonna give you one more chance. And I don't really care about comments like that. Of course, you guys see me on Instagram. You go through my page, like I laugh at y'all's comments. Like the negativity, I laugh at. But there's one person on this live.
Okay, so let's stop right there really quick. Which Reality Chat is the one who actually had the scene for the podcast. So shout out to Reality Chat and shout out to Jen and her husband Christian. Fair use. So she's making it seem like that Evelyn has an issue with Black women. Now, of course, during the OG era, a lot of us, including myself, had our issues with Evelyn in that situation and things that she said about OG, calling her ugly, calling her a monkey, and all of that type of stuff. But my thing is this. If you're trying to say that she has an issue with Black women, then why have you been friends with her for so long? And even when you guys fell out, why did you become friends with her again? Also, Evelyn, for the most part, besides maybe one other person, almost everybody on the show is Black or at least half Black. So I don't really know who else she is going to beef with, but I just find it interesting that she's like, she doesn't, low key, it's possible she doesn't low key like Black women. Then why have you been friends with her? And when she did what she did with OG, why didn't you check her then? So I don't know. I just felt like that, in my opinion, was a little iffy for me. And not only did I think that, but apparently Brooke Bailey actually thought that as well, because she literally said and posted on her actual page. I hear your concerns, that I want to be clear. This isn't about hate or racism. Accusations like that are serious, and they shouldn't be used to deflect the real issues that deserve honest conversation. I stand for respect across all communities. And she says, including Black women in the entire cast is Black besides Evelyn. And if there's a specific issue to address, let's talk about it directly and constructively. Unity means listening and being accountable, not tearing each other down. You know that, which is interesting that she say not tearing each other down. Isn't that how y'all continue to have this show? But okay, you know that production started this with the hot mic moment. On the last reunion, you decided to carry it out. And in my opinion, you're allowing people to put the battery in your back to push a narrative that you know isn't true. Is she trying to say her husband putting the battery in her back? I'm disappointed. This is sad. Jennifer Williams, you were once a concerned friend to Ev, and voicing your opinion about her relationship without production pushing the narrative. You know this woman is not racist. The world knows why she was concerned about you, and those aren't false accusations. Stop this madness. Okay, so the thing is, and then of course, Evelyn actually showed text messages of her apparently saying that she did try to reach out to Jennifer privately about the situation. And my whole thing is this: if you were really a friend to her, but again, I don't feel like they've really ever been that much of a friend to anyone. But if you was really a friend to her, once you reached out to her privately and you didn't get a response from her, why would you bring it on the show? Because now you're putting it in a national public platform. So to me, that tells me that it's not about your friendship. If I have a concern about my friend and her relationship, I damn sure ain't about to go that far. I will warn her if I've heard certain things, but we all know when it comes to friends, they're going to do what the hell they want to do anyways. Sometimes you got to have friends. They learn the hard way. You pray for them and you keep it moving. So once that happened, why didn't you just say, forget it? You know why? Because she needed a storyline, and she didn't want to use her own daughter's situation and her own drama that may or may not be happening with her friend that actually is the game's ex-fiance and other baby mama. You don't want to use that. So you use Jen, because typically, let's be clear. Let's just be clear. We all know Jen is usually the pushover. We also know that Jen don't like to fight. You know what I'm saying? So she's an easy target because she typically is not going to rock the boat. She's going to get silent. She may throw her little shade comments here or there, but she really ain't the one to buck up. Oh, but she bucking up this season. For sure she's bucking up. Hey, Kashari. Hey, Spam. Hey. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm talking. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in. So yeah, make sure you hit the like button. And it's okay that you late. It's okay that you late. Replay gang is always appreciated. Y'all know I'm going to be running my mouth anyways. Y'all can always do the replay gang. But yeah, so I understand what Brooke is saying. I think you can be colorist. I think that you can be have issues with featureism and a lot of things and not be racist. Like, to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's necessarily a racist thing. I do think that Evelyn thinks because of her looks and because of her complexion and looks and everything else, she does feel that she can be superior. I do think that. I do think she has an issue because, let's be clear, the Black women that she's friends with, from what we've seen on the show, are either light like her, or if they're not, they have very still European features. Like Jennifer, for example, she's a Black woman, but she has a very thin nose, thin lips. She's giving off European possible exotic features. She had an issue with OG because OG is literally the closest thing to Queen Mother Africa. She got her beautiful broad nose, her full lips. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that doesn't make it her racist. But does it mean that she feels like she's superior and she could be colorist and ignorant and all of that stuff? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Abso-freaking-lutely. You know what I mean? But at the same time, again, Jennifer, if you felt that way about her, why have you been dealing with her for 25 years? Why? So yeah, that definitely did not add up to me. That definitely did not make any sense. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Put a thumbs up in the chat, because last time there was issues with what I'm saying, you guys being able to hear me. Okay, I think okay, so you guys are responding, but just put a thumb in the chat if you guys can still hear me and there's a connection still, because sometimes it loses connection for whatever reason. But yeah, I don't know if you can just, but I feel like you can be a colorist or whatever the case may be and not be racist. I do feel that way, but I know that at the end of the day, okay, so you can't hear me. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So yeah, so with that being said, that's my take on it. But at the same time, Jen, you gave yourself more of a side eye in the situation than anything else. But let's continue really quick to hear what he has to say. That is true. Can't hear him? Oh man, hold on. You guys can't for real? Hold on. Dang it. See, this is what I'm talking about. YouTube be trying to make me not be great, y'all. Definitely make sure y'all really hit the like button. Okay, let me see. Let me remove it and then bring it back, and then y'all let me know if y'all can hear it. This is what I'm talking about. Hold on, you guys. I'm so sorry. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. Let me go here, and then let me put it back up and see what the hell is going on. I tell you. All right, so let me try again to share the screen and then come back and then see if it works so you guys can hear it, because he definitely talks more about the scamming situation. And so I want y'all take on this. I really do. I want to know what you guys are going to think about this. But okay, so let's try this again. And then y'all let me know. Put in a thumbs up if you can hear it this time. Okay, so put in a thumbs up.
To Paris that Monday. So when everything happened and there was a warrant for his arrest, prior to that, we were supposed to go to Vegas, right? Because if anybody knows, if anybody got married out the country, you have to get your marriage license in the US. But we couldn't travel and we didn't want to do it in Georgia
Okay, y'all
because
let me
we're
know if
not
you can
staying
hear
there.
it.
We're actually moving. So we wanted to do it where we were moving. And we couldn't do it because of everything that was going on. So, we went to go get married in Paris. Our marriage counselors, who are pastors, they married us, right? Now, for me, when I take an oath with God,
man, look at us. We look so well. We would look.
When I take an oath with God, that's what really matters, and that's what we did, right? And so we always knew.
Yeah, D. Yeah, spam. They be hating. They be hating on your girl over here. But you know what? I keep it pushing and I keep it moving. But I'm tired of them talking about this damn marriage shit. I want them to get down to the nitty gritty, because I honestly don't care if they officially married or not.
Like, okay, yeah, we got to go back and
look at us, y'all.
No one cares. No one cares about that
I
cheap
want to
little paper frame.
a random Mexican
Get
restaurant
to the
in LA.
nitty gritty.
Pictures, you know what I'm saying? But look at my auntie is on the live, and uncle. Shout out to
Auntie and Uncle hold us down.
They hold us down.
Auntie Lauren and Uncle Leonard.
Oh, shut up. Go ahead.
I have no judgment. I'm not God. If it works for you, I love it, and that's it. That really is it.
Somebody said, Jen, you're not your husband. Don't owe anyone anything, especially that evil spawn. Praise God. You know your husband. Don't owe anyone anything. Praise God. We don't. We owe it to God. Like, God ordained this. And listen, we're completely fine, fam. Like, it's not. This is. I don't know how many times we have to say it. We don't. Listen, we're good.
I'm gonna say it again, like I said at the premiere party in LA. With shout out to BT and VH1, because it took us 12 seasons to get a premiere party. They have never given us a premiere party. But what I said was, happy hoes ain't hating, and that's the absolute truth.
Woo.
So I don't care what anybody has going on, but make sure if you want to talk about somebody else's shit, that your shit is pristine. Because
didn't her daughter's father just lose his house? Evelyn needs to. I'll let my wife talk about that. Where the hell is our marriage license?
Hey, Priscilla.
Priscilla, that's a very.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you want to talk about, victims and allegations, you definitely have a lot to talk about as opposed to over here. But babe, I want you to get your phone so we can really pull out the real receipts. So tonight, obviously on the show, they show, hey, can you guys cut that off? So tonight okay, wait, hold on. I'm gonna try and read some of this. Why didn't she show up is the real question. I have no idea why she didn't show up to the premiere party. Again, this is the first time that they've ever done a premiere party for us. And regardless of what's going on, I feel like we owed it to the network to definitely show up and support, because they put a lot of effort into this. Obviously, the first time they had a budget to do this, but I can't answer why she didn't show up. I mean, you guys can speculate. Maybe you can, ask her. But yeah, I don't know why she didn't show up.
Sorry for all the noise, y'all.
Make sure you
This
get
girl
the
be around in 15 years. I don't have a crystal ball, but
Y'all
what
see
that
that?
was.
Y'all see that?
He
We had our
rude.
official
Stop
wedding
interrupting
in
her.
Paris. And if anybody that's married on this live understands that spiritual covenant is more important than a legal document. But of course, we were going to do it. This was not because of, Evelyn said they're not married. So we got some paraphernalia. We got some, I don't know if I'm
What does the paraphernalia got to do with the marriage
we had a beautiful,
certificate?
and you guys, we're going to give you, you guys got to stay
Yeah,
tuned.
but
Did he
we
show
can't-
You got to stay
the
tuned,
certificate?
right?
I
You got to stay
didn't
tuned.
see
But
it.
listen, let me see. Oh, that's the document. Oh, that's the
Okay, here we go. Where's the document?
Yeah, but that's fine. We don't have to prove anything to anybody.
No.
I want to see
I
it.
love receipts too. And you should too. Let me cover up this card information though. Y'all got to pay for marriage license. Y'all know that though.
All right, fine. It's fine. We don't have to prove.
Clark County Clerk, Marriage Bureau, boom. That's all you got to see. Screenshot it, zoom in, send it to Shade Room. They want to talk, whatever you want to do.
Okay, I said I don't care, but don't
Y'all know
show
me, I
us
ain't
the
got no filter.
receipt. Show
Okay,
us the
speaking of
actual
receipts,
certificate.
let's just jump right into the receipts,
Shit.
right? Okay, so let's get into Kiki, aka Carl's fake cousin. Babe, you want to pull up the receipts since you got all the receipts out? You want to pull up the receipts?
Just so y'all see.
So okay,
Boom, all
babe.
right, boom, all right.
Okay, I think they about
Yeah,
to get to
because
the
it's
scamming
like,
part. They about to
we
get
got
to
a
the
stalker
scamming part.
attorney that is uber fucking invested. So my thing is this.
Carmen, you will be blocked from the live.
Oh, let me see, because Auntie said.
Thank you for your service, Carmen, but you will be blocked from the live.
He
Okay,
always
We're not
plays.
doing
So
that.
speaking of receipts, let's go into Kiki. So Kiki said that Christian took her $1,500 and she never heard from him again. That's a lie. Kiki, what's her name? Kiki said, "Oh, they rolling around and wearing Rolexes and all of that." That's a lie. It's a Patek. I wear Patek. I mean, I do have Rolexes, but the picture they showed, it was a Patek. So get your Swiss brands right. And obviously, we're filming a show. Jackie scrolled through all of the receipts. It wasn't screenshots with Kiki. And her saying that Christian, she never heard from him again, is a lie. And you can go through and pull up the receipts. Wait, we gonna get to Auntie. We gonna go through and pull up the
so
receipts.
if you guys can recall, on the episode, on the Zoom call her and Evelyn had, she said that she never heard from me when she sent me $1,500. So let me clarify something. My fee at the time, because I no longer do account management, so let's lay that out there. So don't reach out to me if you want your account.
And anybody can trade. You could be a felon. You could be a
You could be a
12-year-old.
kid, you could be a grandma,
Yeah.
you could be a grandpa, you could be, it doesn't matter. If you can make an account, if you can fund it, you can trade, right? Doesn't matter if you know what you're doing or you don't know what you're doing. So July 5th of 2023, she decided to reach out to me on Instagram. I gave her my contact and we went from there. So July 3rd, so that was July 5th, 2023. So you guys can see, this is actually this is not a screenshot. These are real messages. Just like I gave Jackie my phone. And I said I don't do
2023.
screenshots.
Okay.
So I'm going to go down and I'm going to let you guys know. Good morning, Kiki. I hope all is well with you. It's Thursday. Are you ready to get things rolling? She said, good morning. I am, as you guys can see. Let me let you read it. This is live, so let me let you read it.
It says July
Okay.
13, 2023.
So I asked her, she asked what my Zelle was, because I think on the thing she said she talked about Cash App, right? My line of business, I don't prefer Cash App. That's really not how we do transactions. That is like the end all be all if nothing else works. So she said, okay, cool, pending acceptance. Now, let me bring you up to speed on this. My fee normally to manage is $3,500. That's just to manage your account. That is not what you invested. That is not what you put into an account. That is the fee. I gave her a discount and I said, okay, because she had this whole spiel about being like she's struggling financially. I said, okay, cool, I'll help you out. It'll be $1,500 and then you have to fund your account. And whatever you fund your account with is what I can manage for you. She then sent the money. From there, as you guys can see, because her Zelle did not work, she did cash out the $1,500, right? This is real. This is just so you know it's coming from Kiki. This is her. Let me know if you got it. You're locked in, adding you to the spreadsheet now. Okay, thanks. You're already in Telegram, correct? Yes. Just so you guys can see this. Because according to the episode 1, she said she never heard back from me when she sent the money. So you gotta be careful how you deliver messages now, right? This is exactly the conversation after. These are all follow-ups. Hey, Christian, I hope you're well. She reaches out about a deposit. I said, I'm about to go and film shortly, which I was. I can either walk you through it once I'm wrapped up, or I can call you first thing in the AM to help you just to make sure you're doing it right. Okay, go ahead. Tomorrow is fine. Talk to you later. Thanks. Just so you know, it's not a different person. It is her. I just want to show you guys real receipts. And babe, make sure you read those comments as I'm going through this because I want to make sure I'm addressing questions. I said, tomorrow, let's get funded. I have an appointment at 12:30 Pacific Standard Time, but we can make it happen before then. Okay, I have a few appointments, but definitely ready. Thanks. No response after that. She then followed up on the 20th and she said, hey, I'm just seeing this, not sure. I will see what that is about in 20 minutes. 2 days go by. Good afternoon. I'm not completely sure. I try to add money, but I don't think it takes dollars. So I'm not sure which one to select. I said, great afternoon. So the way to fund is via Bitcoin. So a lot of you don't understand what trading, how it works. When you fund a trade account, you have to fund it via cryptocurrency. You can't say, hey, here's my card number. Here's my debit card number. That's not how it works. You have to fund via crypto. Via crypto, go straight to your trade account and it converts over to United States dollars. And then you're able to trade the fiat from there. Those that don't know what fiat is, it's
they're
the United
saying
States
it's
dollar.
blurry. So they want to say, I don't know, they can't see.
Can you see now? This is just so you know, here's the name.
Kiki.
Well, the Kiki for short. So when it first came to me, Kiki, I was like, I don't know what Kiki is because I know people by their government name, right? So that then turned into, okay, I think I misunderstood. I thought it was trading in cash and I could pull out cash daily or whenever in real time. Okay, so there's a conversion tool. All right, I said, give me a call when you can. She said, okay, never call. Give me a call when you can. Okay, never call. But apparently I never reached back out to her.
Oh, wait, fam, crew. I sped this up a little bit. So because I was trying to get through it. So it's not, I don't think he's really talking that fast. I think it's just sped up. So don't think that even though he's still interrupting when Jennifer is talking, he's talking fast because I kind of sped it up. So then we don't have to sit through all of this. Okay. So I don't think he's talking that fast. Y'all probably like, damn, like what the hell is he on? It's sped up a little bit.
Once she said $1,500, first of all, family, I weigh my ass for $1,500 and so does she. And it's not an arrogant statement.
No, it's very
longevity
arrogant.
of my
Hold
company.
the hell up. Let me pause this again. Did he say he wiped his ass with $1,500, sir? Sir, see, let me make this very clear. If he, in fact, because Kiki may not be one that he actually is allegedly scamming, but if he got one or even two people that actually got proof that he's scamming, to make a comment like that you can wipe your ass with $1,500, sir. Oh boy. This is the problem with people. They get arrogant as all hell. That was arrogant as hell. I don't care how much money I have. I ain't gonna never sit up there and say I'm gonna wipe in my ass with that type of money. Sorry, just not gonna do it.
Longevity as far as when it comes to integrity, when it comes to reputation, I've been running my business since COVID. So you guys didn't hear anything about this until I became an enemy of the public eye, right? So then it gets real spicy. Hey, friend, hold on. This was July 24th of 2023. Don't forget to call me this week so we can get your account going. Okay, we'll do. Hopefully by Wednesday. Okay, just keep me posted. Okay. So from July to October, if I'm doing my math right, it's like 3 months, correct? That's a little bit, maybe 90 days. Hey, friend, I just saw a trailer for Basketball Wives. I don't do well with folks that talk bad about my friends. I may not can watch this. Why is Plastic Face looking up Jen's man? Mind your own business, lady.
Talking about Vanessa, by the way, calling her Plastic Face. Now, this is supposed to be a client, somebody that she never heard from. Once she gave the $1,500, calling her Plastic Face on the show. You did see that she said she fights people. I know you don't. She then proceeded to call him boo. And then when we started filming this season, because we can fast forward past all of this bullshit. So then when we started filming this season, she reached out to you and said,
mind you, she first reached out to me in July of 2023. When we filmed this, y'all, it was November of 2024. So we're talking 17 months. 17 months, all right? So mind you, she paid my fee, but she never funded the account.
And that wasn't the full fee.
That wasn't I gave her a break because I work with people. Because I understand, I've been at the bottom before. I know what it feels like to be broke. I know what it feels like to be hungry and want to get to a level of success. I've been there. I'm no different than nobody else. The only difference is I put the work in. So it then proceeds to, you may not fight women, but I do.
This work in, all right.
I'm gonna watch to help the ratings, but I hate mess and drama. I said, I'm not fazed by it. I'm keeping it like, let's keep it business. Like we're not doing this, right? I then sent the update to my clients on January 3rd of 2024. Mind you guys, what you're watching right now is not in real time. We filmed this already. So you got to track.
Yeah, we started filming in November, just so you guys have a timeline.
Friday, August 30th at 4:40, sorry, 16:40 hours, right? Military time. She said, hey, Christian, I came across this video. Be careful, boo. They're coming for you. I'm not sure what's going on, but FYI. So these are real receipts, and I can really keep going, but you guys understand that what she said on the show was she sent me her money that was supposed to be invested, which was actually the fee for me to do it for her, but never funded her account. But she also stated that she sent it to me and I just ran away and never spoke to her again.
So Tiff Virtual Life, who's calling him boo? That was Kiki. Kiki called him boo, as he just showed on the screen. So Kiki, the same woman that was filming the scene with Evelyn that said she never heard from him again, she was the same one that was calling him boo, just for clarity.
So Latrice, I understand what you're saying. Keep everyone out of your marriage. Just focus on your own. The public will try to destroy your marriage. We don't, well, we actually do. We signed up for this, right?
Yeah, somebody said, was there a contract involved?
Yes, there was an agreement involved. And let me get there. Good question. So I actually said that she was entitled.
Olivia Nicole said,
she's entitled to a refund because in my agreement, it says, if you pay the fee and I start trading on your behalf with the amount that you have invested, your fee is not refundable because I've already started trading on your behalf. I never got to the point to start trading on Kiki's behalf because she paid the fee, but she didn't fund her account. So I said, you're entitled to a refund or reimbursement. I then sent her, right? I sent her something called a release form, something that we both have in black and white, so both parties are held accountable, and she never signed it. She acknowledged the email that she received it, but she never signed my release form. I'm not going to send you money back and you don't sign the release because we need this in black and white. I'm not going to send anything because I can send something. You can still say that I didn't send you your money back. So this is not how we're doing. We're going to do it by the book.
Okay, so what y'all think about that? So what he is saying is that this woman claimed that he got the $1,500. She never heard from him, but he's showing receipts that they started their conversations back in July of 2023. She gave him $1,500 through Cash App. They've been talking. She was saying that she saw the trailer for Basketball Wives. I guess this was the last season, not this season, but even the last season. And she was like, I don't like that way they coming at you. I don't like people disrespecting my friends, blah, 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 blah. And then literally, I guess as time went on or whatever, it shows now there was definitely some gaps in between or whatever the case may be, but he is saying that yes, she is entitled to a refund because he never traded on her behalf, but she needed to sign a release form. And once she signs the release form, he will give her the money back. So what do you guys think about that? Do you feel that what he's saying is valid? Well, I don't know if what he's saying is true or not, but what I do know is this. Typically, when business is done, especially when you're dealing with a certain amount of money, there are contracts involved. And a lot of the times you definitely do need people to sit up there and make sure that they understand that when they get this money back, they can't come back to you on some BS. All right. So what do you guys think? Let me see. We said this man is exhausting. I think that he has 2 kids under 6 and Jen has never met. He has all this money, but the baby mama had to move into one of his relatives because she is about to get evicted. See, this is what I'm saying. People got to be mindful of what they say. And for you to sit up there and say something like, we can wipe our ass with $1,500. And then here it is that there is some alleged tea out there that you got 2 kids under 6 and the baby mama had to move in with a relative, but you can wipe your ass with $1,500? I don't watch the show, but I'm just curious what document was signed for her to originally send the $1,500. Interesting enough, he said there was a contract involved, and he said in that contract it states that if he has not started trading on your behalf, you're entitled to a refund. But if he has started trading on your behalf, you are not entitled to a refund. So he claims there is a contract showing that. I'm not going to continue to look at this whole entire thing. We've already seen enough, almost been on here for an hour. You guys can definitely go check out the video. But on a business side, what he's saying does make sense. That doesn't mean though that he is not and has not scammed people. I'm just thinking that maybe the situation with Kiki and Evelyn could be something that Evelyn wanted done on purpose on this show. And maybe this Kiki girl, I don't know, my opinion, or allegedly, whatever the case may be, maybe wanted clout on this show. Hell, maybe she got $1,500 from Evelyn just to appear on this show so Evelyn can have a storyline. Who the hell knows? You know what I'm saying? Who the hell knows? So straight up deadbeat. Let's see. She's on Section 8 and food stamps too. Oh my gosh. That irks me because they always ask for money before things are signed, but when it's time to reimburse, everything needs to be on the up and up. Yeah, yeah, and again, I'm not saying this man, the way that he explained it, it does make sense to me. But again, maybe because I am someone who is on the up and up and I'm about my morals and integrity, that would make sense. But see, me, I would come with all the receipts. I would come with my agreement that we both signed initially before you gave the 1,500 and show you the release form. Hell, in all honesty, that release form caption or something in his actual first agreement, he needs to have the information about the release form in there saying that if I do not start trading on your behalf, you can get reimbursed, but you must sign this release form so then that way no one is liable in the situation. That's what I would do. But again, but at the end of the day, I do find it interesting. Let me see. If the account is still not funded, then send the money back. That's what I say too. Send the money back and call it a day. Especially since you claim you can wipe your ass with that type of money. Because at this point, now that you're on a public platform, you sending the money and then she tries to sit up there and come for you in any kind of way, people would start looking at her crazy because it would be like, okay, well, you gave the money back. So he's still implying that he didn't give the money back. Mind you, now he's on a public national platform and he's still talking about that release form. Sir, just give her the money back. Just give her the money back. He had time to polish it. Yeah. You got a point there. Sure is. He kept promising to help her and didn't give her a dime. I have no respect for ninjas that move like that. Neither do I. And thank you for the tea, Kim. Thank you for the tea. Ninjas was in DeKalb County jail for 15 days. Nothing but time and Bucci cat. Yeah, definitely. And again, is he originally from Atlanta? Where is he originally from? I know he's younger than Jen. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely know that. But where is he originally from? Because that's another thing too. Because I'm just like, something about guys who especially move to Atlanta. I need a background. Because Atlanta is just like high central when it comes to scamming, unfortunately. From what I have seen and just what people deal with on a consistent basis, hell yeah. Make sure you guys hit the like button. But yeah, you guys, so this was a lot of drama. This is definitely going to be constant drama between Evelyn and Jennifer. I don't think they will ever be able to be friends again. But let's be clear. I don't think after the first time around when they got into that beef, they never really trusted each other. They never did. It was never going to be the same again. So why even waste each other's time at this point? But I do feel that Jen has a point. Mind your damn business. Get you another storyline, because at the end of the day, Jennifer's going to do what she wants to do. And if this relationship ends up being a bad relationship for her, then so be it. But it has nothing to do with you, especially with everything you got going on with your daughter and your grandson. And is this a my man type of situation? I need a jailbird at any cost. I think Jennifer actually, well, here's the thing. She's gonna protect her man. That's just natural instinct. She's gonna protect her husband. She's gonna protect her man. I will definitely understand Evelyn's point, even though the way that she did it, that I would be concerned that if this man is an alleged scammer, what makes you think that he's not going to scam you, or what makes you think that it will ruin your reputation? Because let's be clear, Jennifer has a franchise behind her. She started Basketball Wives. She has been on there since the first season. She, in my opinion, has much more to lose than her husband. You know what I mean? So being attached to him, if all of that stuff is true, is not a good look. You know what I mean? But she thinks, and again, one thing about it, Evelyn, I think, said last season that Jennifer isn't street smart. She isn't. She says she don't come from the streets. She had a father who had a Porsche when she was growing up. She, you know what I'm saying, was treated like a princess. Meanwhile, Evelyn is from the Bronx. She from the concrete jungle. She know hustle. She know game because, in my opinion, she a hustler and a game of her damn self. So game recognize game. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, she probably felt something about him because she felt a little bit of that in herself too. Talking about Ponzi schemes, like I said, her puss is a Ponzi scheme. If you ask me, she been using her puss her whole entire life to get where she need to get and get checks that she need to get. So I hope them checks work, because it seemed like your daughter may need some assistance because of who she decided to have a damn baby with. But anywho, with that being said, and Jennifer may be a fool. Jennifer may be a fool in a situation. Oh, yes, I do. I do know, Danielle, for sure. But yeah, she probably is. But guess what? Have we not all had a friend at least one time in our lifetime that was playing boo-boo the fool, but there is nothing that you could say? You could turn blue in the face, and there's nothing that you could say, and you just got to sit back and wait until they call you and say you was right, and you there to pick up the pieces. I know y'all done had, put a one in the chat if you had a friend like that. You've had a friend like that there was nothing that you could say, and you just pretty much to just back off. And whether it be days later, months later, years later, what happened? Oh, so that happened. Like I was trying to tell your ass. Okay, so in this situation, she has to learn. But in my personal opinion, if Evelyn truly cared about Jennifer like she claims she does, that's how you handle it. You don't handle it this way, because this way, to me, shows that you're not a friend to her. Because I wouldn't be able to get on a show or any platform to out my friend about her being stupid because of the man that she ended up marrying or being with. If I reach out privately and you don't respond, I'm going to keep it moving. But to me, desperate times calls for desperate measures. And it's not desperate in trying to get through Jennifer's head. It's desperate because I feel like Evelyn was like, I need a freaking storyline. Interesting enough that she didn't come to the actual premiere party, which I find interesting that they never had a premiere party for Basketball Wives as long as they've been on. But it almost makes me wonder if she can't look Jennifer in the face because she low-key know. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this is for a storyline. It's not for any genuine reason for Evelyn really wanting to look out for. Evelyn doesn't want to look out for Jennifer. Evelyn's looking out for her and her child and her grandchild, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. A scammer know a scammer like a hoe know a hoe. Evelyn, in my opinion, is a scam hoe. A hoe scam. That's it. That's all. Ev's Poon been on bad credit since the early 2000s, right? That's why she was able to hit it as hard as she was able to hit it that time when she was talking to OG and didn't feel nothing. I would never be able to pat my poom like that. Like, what? I was just like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? Is it on fire? Like, what is going on here? I always felt like she really had an itch down there, and that was her way to try to handle it. And she just didn't know another way, especially in that moment. Because I was like, don't nobody, seriously, who pats they poom like that? Before a dude scammed her out of a Range Rover, she had to get a restraining order against Tim from Sweetie Pie. Oh yeah, but again, we have seen in the past that she has definitely made bad decisions when it comes to men. But guess what? So has Evelyn. You know what I'm saying? So, and if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Jennifer trying to warn Evelyn about Ocho Cinco back in the day? So this is what I'm saying. Like, if you didn't listen to her when it came to Ocho Cinco or your man problems, why should she listen to you? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it was disgusting. I was like, ugh, lady, like my girl, like, who does that? When I saw you, I don't know about y'all, but when I saw that scene, or anytime I see that scene, my face immediately scrunched up. Well, I'd be like, what? Who does that? But again, that's Evelyn. Evelyn thinks she high class, baby. And I honestly, I think after that scene, she ain't had a man since. I really don't think, because Carl was already out the picture, was it not? Yeah, I think she had already had that baby. After that, yeah, I think, like she said, that her son is talking about how my mommy is single. I think she gonna stay single too after doing that. Don't no man want to deal with no woman who be doing that on national TV. Like, get the hell up out of here. But anywho, with that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much for listening. For those, I'm gonna try. If Raising Canaan is good tonight, if this is the last episode, I repeat, if Raising Canaan, for those who watch Raising Canaan, is coming on in 30 minutes, if it is good tonight, if your girl feels up to it, I will be getting my behind back on live tonight so we can talk about Raising Canaan, okay? So just letting you guys know that there may be another live tonight, all right? And we can definitely talk about it. They better not mess it up. It's been too damn good these past 2 episodes, so they better not mess it up. So I will probably come back later on tonight to talk about it, okay? And we can really get into some things about Raising Canaan, all right? Yes, it is the series finale, and I think Breeze is possibly going to come this actual episode like we talked about the last time. Only you could bring me back to Basketball Wives discussion. Y'all the reason why I came back to Basketball Wives. Believe it or not, I wouldn't even watch half of these shows if it wasn't for y'all. I wouldn't. My crew is the reason why I watch these shows. I would not. So at the end of the day, but I'm grateful for it because I feel like this season is going to be pretty good. I just really want to see Jackie knock out her daughter. Because I feel like that's going to be the punch of the century. Do you hear me? The punch of the century. I'm going to call your house phone to make sure you go live. They say the board is getting clean tonight. We'll see. Yeah, they thinking it's going to be a couple. They think it is going to be a couple of goners tonight. But we'll see. But with that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Replay gang, hit the like button. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on my next video. Toodles.